Welcome to Invested. So today we are going to discuss companies with strong past earnings growth and with PE ratio below 20. Okay guys, so kung ready na kayo, let's start and see you on the other side. Guys, kung bago ka pa lang sa ating channel at first time mo itong makita ang ating screener, no? Itong screener na to ay ginawa ko para sa mga nagsisimula pa lang sa pag-i-invest sa stock market para may guide kayo kung paano pumipili ng stocks and paano nag-a-analyze ng stocks, no? So, binabahagi ko dito guys yung aking 7 years of experience sa pag-i-invest sa stock market for free. Okay? And itong screener na to guys, magagamit nyo ito also ng free, no? So gagawin nyo lang guys, tapusin nyo lang tong video kasi naandun yung walkthrough nitong ating screener kung paano ito gamitin. And nasa baba naman, so nasa descriptions naman yung link nitong ating screener. Okay? So kung titignan natin guys, no? Na andito na yung top gainers, top losers, most active trades, okay, for this day, no? Nakikita natin dyan. And ito ay, ang kagandahan nito guys, ito ay updated na, no? So, ito ay nag-automatic update. Ano yung nakikita nyo na top gainers sa merkado and top losers, ito rin yung nakikita nyo dito. And nakagandahan dito guys, ito ay 30 top gainers, 30 top losers, and 30 most active stocks sa merkado currently, no? So ito siya. So kung titignan natin dito yung all stocks, okay? So all stocks tabs. Kung titignan natin dito na andyan yung nandiyan yung banking sectors, commercial, industries, and so on and so forth, no? Nandito yan, nakakategorize na yan, and nandito yung summary ng stocks, no? Ng lahat ng stocks dito. So ito ay hindi pa 100% tapos. Ito ay nasa 85% pa lang ng ating screener, no, ang natatapos natin. So, coming days or weeks, no, sana matapos na natin itong ating screener and para magamit nyo guys to, no. Okay, so ayun, nakikita natin yung intrinsic value ng company, current price, margin of safety, upside potential, and ratings natin sa company. And also, narito na rin yung ratings natin sa company, yung moat management and debt ratings natin sa company. Okay? And again guys, kung bago ka pa lang sa ating channel at di ka pa nakakapag-subscribe sa ating channel, so kung pipindutin nyo tong ating like nakalagay dito, magpapap ang ating link patungo sa ating YouTube channel. So, pag click nyo yan, dediretso to sa ating YouTube channel and pwede nyo lang i-subscribe and i-like ang ating YouTube channel. Okay? So, para mas marami pang maabot itong ating videos or itong ating screener, no? Para makatulong sa ibang nag-uumpisa pa lang sa pag-i-invest dito sa stock market. Now, so, kung titignan natin dito guys, ayan, nandito na rin yung research stocks, bank stocks, commercial, conglomerates, consumer, mining, property, services, and telecoms. No? So, nandito na rin siya. So, pipindutin nyo na lang guys yan. No? And also, no, kung di kayo masyadong familiar sa stocks na pinipili nyo or ina-analyze nyo, na andito na rin yung informations ng mga stocks. No? Ayan, nakikita natin kung ano meron sa company. Ayan, kung ano ginagawa nila. And industries. Ayan. And kung sino yung mga namumuno sa company na to, no? And also, nakagandahan dito guys, kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung review natin or pag-a-analyze natin sa company, nandiyan na rin also yung mga review natin, no? Para diretso na siya sa YouTube channel natin para magkaroon din kayo ng insight sa mga company na gusto nyong pag-investan or gusto nyong reviewin, no? Okay? Okay guys, so itong research stocks naman, kung pipindutin natin to guys, so ito yung lalabas, no? So ito yung lalabas. So nandito pa rin yung ating link papunta sa ating YouTube channel. Konting commercial, meron din tayo ditong Lazada Hot Deals, no? So meron silang 80% off sa Lazada ngayon, no? So kung i-click nyo itong shop now, lalabas yung link. Pag pinindot nyo itong link, diretso to sa Lazada, no? Okay? So ito ay powered by Lazada. Okay? And also nandito na rin yung mga investings book like Intelligent Investors, Common Sense Investing, and Unshakable, no? Nandiyan na rin yan. Okay? So, ano ba tong research stocks, no? Kung pipindutin natin itong research stocks, ayan, pag pinindot mo yan, so ito yung lalabas, no? Itong top gainers natin, top losers, and most active trades for the day, no? Ayan. So, nakikita natin dito yung tab na research, search stocks, and financials. So, pag pinindot natin itong search stocks, dito tayo mag-analyze or magre-review ng stocks more on deep sa kanilang financial and sa kanilang ano ba intrinsic value ng company, and yung foreign investors, ano ba yung bias ng mga foreign investors, and also no, naandito na rin yung indicators or technical ng company or ng stocks na gusto nyong i-analyze. Okay guys, so again, yung ating focus dito ngayon sa ating pagre-review ang mga company na merong strong past earnings growth, minimum of 20% pataas earnings growth, and with PE ratio below 20. Welcome sa Invested. So yung pangalawa sa ating strong earnings growth and PE ratio below 20 ay ang companying Century Pacific Food Incorporated or mayroong ticker symbol na CNPF. So let's dig deeper sa kanilang financial performance and sa kanilang informations or company informations, no? Nandito tayo sa company dominant market leadership in ambient food in the Philippines. Nakikita natin dito, no, in terms of primary driver of canned tuna consumption domestically, nakikita natin dito CNPF ay mayroong 82%, while the first competitor ng company ay nasa 16%, so 5 times mas maraming customers consumptions yung CNPF kaysa sa first competitors nila, and second competitors ay nasa 1% lang. Okay, so number 1 sila dyan. In terms of market leader in corned meat, nakikita natin dito na CNPF ay nasa 46% consumption. And yung susunod sa kanilang competitors ay nasa 17%. So, kung titignan natin dito, yung market share gain in powdered milk, nakita natin dito na yung company ay nasa number 2 lang, nasa 22% consumption yung kanilang Birch Tree, while the competitors ay nasa 65%. No? So, number 2 sila. In terms of among the leading exporter of tuna and coconut OEM, and is the multiple brands and products catering to all consumers. Okay, so dito nakikita natin yung brand and products na kinikater nitong company. So nandito yung mga kilala nating brand, no? Okay, so diversified sila sa iba't ibang product, from marine product, meat, milk, no? Nakikita natin dito yung products nila. And also kung natignan natin dito yung kanilang company portfolio as of end of 2019, nakikita natin dito yung nagko-contribute sa kanilang portfolio, yung pinakamalaki ay ang kanilang marine product na mayroong 47%, susundan ng meat product na mayroong 36%, milk product na nasa 14%, and coconut product na nasa 3%. Okay guys, so nakita natin dito yung highlights, no? So significant benefit of multi-brand, multi-product portfolio. So, sinasabi dito, no, catering to a broad customer base through multiple brands and capturing a larger share of consumer wallet and stomach through multiple segment of products. And also, no, increased bargaining power with supplier and distributors, diversifications of risk, and facilitate brand consolidation play. Okay, so dito naman tinatalakay dito yung mga new product ng company, no, yung innovations of product ng company. So, ayan, nakikita natin dito. And also, no, isa pang highlights ng company, nakikita natin dito, no, 163k total Philippine outlet serviced by CNPF, and 1 million total Philippine outlets CNPF products are available in. And availability equivalent to 88% of all points of sale in the Philippines, no? And 16 offshore toll manufacturing for CNPF product, and also no 81 countries CNPF products are available in. So this is the global sales and distribution network. Nakikita natin dito, no? Ayan, yung nakita natin dito, nakita natin yung export preference ng company, distributor, and toll manufacturer. Okay? And also, no, availability of branded products. So nakita natin to sa Walmart, nakikita natin to no, sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo, no? Yung product ng company. Okay, so alam na natin no, kung anong meron sa company. So dumako na tayo ngayon sa financials ng company. Kung titignan natin dito no, yung kanyang 9-month 2020 financial result highlights. Okay, so nakikita natin dito yung total revenue ng company growth in third quarter ay nasa 9%, while the 9 months growth ng company nasa 21%, while the branded revenue growth ay nasa 16% in third quarter, while the 9-month revenue growth ay nasa 28%, while the net income growth ng company in third quarter ay nasa 15%, while the 9-month growth ng company ay nasa 26%, no? So kaya natin nasama itong company sa strong earnings growth with PE ratio below 20, no? Kaya na-trigger tayo na isama ito sa ating pagre-review. Okay, so sa paghahanap kasi natin ng mga stocks, so nakita natin na merong potential itong company. So kaya natin to sinama no, sa ating pagre-review. Okay? And para magkaroon din kayo ng ibang informations, no? Okay, so dumako tayo sa cash flow ng company. Kung titignan natin dito guys, yung operating cash flow ng company in 9 months in 2019, meron silang 2.5 billion pesos operating cash flow, and in 9 months of 2020 nasa 5.4 billion pesos free cash flow, 5.4 billion operating cash flow ang company. Kung titignan natin dito no, yung kanyang year over year comparison, nag-umangat siya ng 115%. That's a positive sign sa mga investors or potential investors ng company. Now, kung titignan natin dito yung 9-month 2020 operating cash flow breakdown, nakikita natin dito no na 36% ng kanilang operating cash flow ay nasa debt repayment, 39% nasa debt repayment, and 26% ay nasa interest repayment. No? Kung titignan natin dito guys, yung kanilang capex ay nasa 26% lang. So sa pangunahing dahilan yung kanilang planned capacity expansions. Ayan. So 23% came from dividend, doubled cash dividend. Dumoble yung kanilang cash dividend na binibigay. No? That's a positive sign sa mga investors or potential investors na company. And also, no, and 15% others. Okay? So, ano ba yung paliwanag ng management? So, sinasabi dito guys, the robust earnings and improvement in working capital translate to strong cash generations. Significant reduction in debt, bringing net gearing to minimal of 0.07 and interest expense lower. Ongoing capacity expansion for meat and coconut to address high demand. So that's a good sign no sa mga potential investors na talagang continuous to improvement yung meron ng company, no? Okay, now another information sa financials ng company. Guys, kung titignan natin dito yung PE ratio ng company annual ay nasa 19.75 PE ratio, and comparing to the trailing 12 months or current data ay nasa 16.29. So sinasabi dito sa atin guys ng PE ratio na ang company PE ratio in trailing 12 months ay nasa good value based on its PE ratio compared to the PE ratio annual. So kung titignan din natin dito yung kanilang price to free cash flow per share annual ay nasa 49.02, And comparing to the free cash price to free cash flow in trailing 12 months ay nasa 13.22 na lang. So nakikita natin guys na nag-i-improve no yung kanilang valuation. That's a positive sign sa mga investors or investors ng company. Okay guys, no, so bago natin makalimutan, no, so kaya natin nasama din also itong company sa ating strong earnings growth with PE ratio below 20 kasi yung kanyang PE ratio ngayon ay nasa 16.29 PE ratio na lang. Okay? So, isa din yan sa highlights natin. No? And also, kung titignan natin dito guys, so kanyang dividend yield for the past 5 years ay nasa 0.65% dividend yield and yung dividend yield ngayon ng company ay nasa 0.57%. Okay, so in additional information sa company, kung titignan natin dito yung free cash flow na company annual ay nasa 1.2 billion pesos and comparing to the free cash flow ngayon in trailing 12 months ay nasa 4.7 billion pesos positive free cash flow na ang company. That's positive sign sa mga investors or potential investors ng company. So, guys, sinasabi lang dito sa ating guys ng free cash flow ngayon na mas malaki yung kanilang cash from operating activities kaysa sa kanilang capital expenditure or CAPEX. So, isa pang financial highlights sa company, kung titignan natin dito guys, yung kanilang debt to equity annual ay nasa 32.75%. That's a good debt to equity. Let's compare debt to equity annual to debt to equity in quarterly. Nakikita natin dito guys na nasa 24.68% na lang yung kanilang debt to equity. That's a good and positive sign sa mga investors or potential investors na company, no? So this I really like, no? So napapansin nyo guys kung paano ako nagbe-base ng criteria sa pinag-i-investan ko, no? Kung mapapansin nyo, majority ng stocks na pinipili natin, no, o pinipili ko, majority ng stocks na pinipili ko, no, mababa lang yung debt to earnings and debt to equity. Kasi yun ang pinaka-highlights ng aking criteria, no? So yun yung highlights ng criteria ko as a investors, no? Okay, so kung titignan natin also, no, yung kanyang current ratio ay nasa 2.22 annual and yung kanyang current ratio in quarterly ay nasa 1.8. So, nasa good terms pa rin yung kanyang current ratio. So, sinasabi lang dito sa ating guys ng current ratio na 1.8 times kaya nilang punan yung kanilang current liabilities gamit lamang yung kanyang current assets. Okay? So, ibig lang sabihin ito, no, sa madaling salita, wala silang liquidity problem. Okay, so kung titignan natin dito yung ROIC and ROE ng company, talagang maganda. Talagang sinasabi dito sa atin ng ROIC and ROE na vina-value ng company yung kanyang mga shareholders, no? And titignan natin dito yung kanilang debt to earnings ratio, yung pinakamataas nila ay nasa 1.1. So, that's a good debt to earnings ratio pa rin, no? So gusto kasi nating makita guys, remember no, nasa 3 pababa lang ang gusto nating makita. Pero dito, yung pinaka-high nila ay nasa 1.1. That's a low debt to earnings ratio and positive yan sa mga investors or potential investors ng company. So ang ibig sabihin nito sa mga nag-uumpisa pa lamang sa pag-i-invest, yung debt to earnings, kung gaano katagal mababayaran ng company, yung kanyang long-term debt, gamit lamang yung kanyang net income. Sa madaling salita, ang ibig lang sabihin nito, measures lang dito ng ito tinitignan lang kung gaano kalaki yung interest expense na kinikater ng company. Okay? Okay na, kung titignan natin dito guys yung kanyang earnings and revenue growth forecast ng mga analyst, no, in the end of December 2021, yung projections ng mga analyst, no, ay talagang mag-grow pa yung kanilang revenue and earnings. So nakikita natin dito, yung kanilang revenue ay nasa 53.14 billion pesos revenue and yung kanilang earnings ay nasa 4.38 billion pesos earnings. Compared to this end of 2020 na nasa 48 billion pesos revenue and earnings lang na nasa 3.95 billion pesos earnings in end of 2020. So in the end of 2021, yung forecasted earnings ng mga analyst ay merong earnings grow na 11% pa. That's a good, no, na mag-grow pa ng 11% yung earnings ng company, no. Now let's compare to 2022, no, end of 2022. Kung titignan natin dito yung revenue forecasted ng mga analyst ay nasa 58.47 billion pesos and earnings na nasa 4.77 billion pesos. So nakikita natin dito na kung i-compare natin yung earnings ng end of 2021 and end of 2022, may growth rate na, so may growth rate pa rin na 9%. Nakita natin dito yung projections ng mga analyst ay talagang continuous mag-grow yung kanilang earnings and revenue. That's a positive sign sa mga investors or potential investors ng company. So kung titignan natin naman dito yung stability growth payments na company sa kanilang dividend, nakikita natin dito, no, na in December 31, 2021, yung kanilang dividend yield ay nasa 1.6% and dividend per share na nasa 0.27 pesos dividend per share. So nakikita natin dito, no, yung dividend na mabibigay ng company sa mga shareholders nila na projections ay bababa. And also, no, titignan natin dito yung projections ng mga analysts and the end of 2022, yung projections ng mga analysts ay nasa 1.7% dividend yield and 0.29 pesos dividend per share ang projection ng mga analysts in the end of 2022. Okay guys, so this is the ownership breakdown ng company. Nakikita natin dito na 0.08% owned by individual insiders, VC 7.4% owned by VC and PE firms, 8% owned by general public, 15.18% owned by institutions. Also nasa good terms pa rin yung kanyang institution ownership kasi gusto natin makita, no, nasa 20% pababa lang yung institution ownership, no. And also, no, kung titignan natin dito, 68.7% owned by private companies. So in terms of dilution of shares or diluted shares, so nasa good terms pa rin also tayo, no? Nasa green flag tayo sa kanya because shareholders have not been meaningfully diluted in the past year, no? So guys, so sa mga bago pa lang sa pag-i-invest, so meaning ng dilution shares or diluted shares, kapag nag-i-issue ng shares or nagre-raise ng shares, bumababa yung ownership percentage ng mga shareholders ng company. So yun lamang yun. And also guys, no, and titignan natin dito yung top shareholders na company. Nakikita natin dito 68.71% owned by Century Pacific Group Incorporated and merong current value sila na 42.7 billion pesos. Susundan ni Aran Investment PDE Ltd na merong 7.43% and merong current value na 4.6 billion pesos and the rest of shareholders ng company. Okay, so in terms of valuation sa company, nakikita natin dito ng time na nire-review natin itong company, yung kanyang latest trade or latest price ay nasa 17.56 pesos per share and yung ating intrinsic value ay nasa 19.96 pesos per share, no? So malapit na siya sa ating intrinsic value and yung ating kasing margin of safety ay nasa 15.97%. So guys, again, kung bago ka pa lang sa ating channel, ang ibig sabihin ng margin of safety, no, ito yung buffer natin sa intrinsic value para makabili tayo ng sales sa company. So kapag yung price ng company o yung current price ng company ay nasa margin of safety or below margin of safety, it is considered a buy ratings alone. In terms of intrinsic value, nakikita natin dito, no, above na yung price ng company sa margin of safety, kaya yung ating ratings ay nasa hold and nasa hold, no. And also kung titignan natin dito guys yung earnings per share versus free cash flow per share, so sinasabi dito sa atin na nasa yung free cash flow per share ay nasa good value based on its earnings per share. That's a positive sign sa mga investors ng company, no? And also, kung titignan natin dito yung free cash flow yield ay nasa 8%. So, sinasabi lang dito sa atin guys ng free cash flow yield na overvalue ang company in terms of free cash flow yield alone. Okay? And also, no, sinasabi lang din also na sa atin dito na ang company ay nasa solid business but nasa overvalue ang company in terms of free cash flow yield alone. So, yung summary ng earnings per share versus free cash flow per share. So, nangangahulugan lang na mayroong pile of cash itong company, no? So, pag maraming pile of cash or may pile of cash ang company, the chances are pwede pang mag-improve ang company. That's a positive sign sa mga investors or potential investors ng company. Nakikita natin, and also kung titignan natin dito yung net foreign yield ng company for the 1-year trade, yung mga investment ng foreign investors, no, a majority ng kanilang investment ay nilabas nila. So nakikita natin dito negative 103.1 million pesos foreign investment ang nilabas ng mga foreign investors dito sa company, no? Okay guys, so itong company na to, honestly, itong company na to, no, ay nasa wish list ko. Okay? So meaning, pag sinabing wish list, ito yung mga company na nare-review mo na and ready to take off ka na, nag-aantay ka nila ng tamang panahon para bumili. So itong si CNPF, naandyan siya. So itong si CNPF ay isa sa aking nasa wish list ko. But, kasi, kung titignan natin dito guys, no, nasa overpriced kasi ang company. So, ayoko naman bumili ng malapit na sa intrinsic value. So, gusto ko kasi, syempre, as an investors, no, para sa akin, sa valuations ko kasi, malapit na siya doon sa intrinsic value. So, mag-aantay lang ako sa tamang panahon para bumili dito sa company. So, aabangan ko lang, no, kapag yung current price ng company ay bumaba ng 15.97%. So nag-aantay lang ako ng tamang panahon para bumili dito kasi may time pa naman para bumili, no. So in the near future, kapag bumaba itong company, yung kanyang current price, talagang bibili ako dito sa company kasi I want to invest this kind of company. Okay, so guys, hanggang dito na lang muna yung ating pagre-review. Pagre-review natin sa mga company na merong strong earnings growth and PE ratio below 20. Guys, abangan nyo pa yung susunod nating stocks na i-feature dito na merong ding strong earnings growth and meron siyang PE ratio below 20. Okay, so maraming salamat sa suporta and continuous growing ang ating channel. Maraming salamat. And sana guys, nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan lagi. And as always, guys, invest wisely and see you on the other side. Hello guys, maraming salamat sa panonood. Sana marami kayong natutunan sa video na to. So kung hindi pa kayo nakaka-subscribe, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell para updated kayo sa mga videos na parating at marami pa kayong matutunan sa channel na ito. Maraming salamat!